Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It helps me give you more information about Kaizer Chiefs. This is all about Kaizer Chiefs, and yeah, what we think about Kaizer Chiefs, and all the chat about Kaizer Chiefs. Let's kick it off. Today we talk Mthethwa. We talk the player ratings. We talk Jessica Motaung. We talk fans hitting Mulefinzek. But let's kick it off, guys. The biggest story of them all. Oh, actually, before I get there, we even talked the two new players that Chiefs could possibly sign by Friday. Let's actually start there because I know a lot of you came here for that in Derby. Like, what players? Number one, Luke Flus. Apparently, the deal with Luke Flus is basically 80%. So when it's 80%, it seems like the assessment of Luke Flus was good, and they liked what Luke Flus did in training. And Umuli Fintseki actually gave us a hint of that now in the MTN press conference, because he said, yeah, nah, he likes Luke Flus. He knows Luke Flus' ability, and he says he's played he's actually played, not played with, but like he has coached Luke Flus in under 17. So what does that mean? That just tells you that Luke Flus is basically becoming a done deal. It's just now the terms and everything, the number of years, etc. So Luke Flus will probably be announced by the end of the week. Now that's player number one. Player number two, I know a lot of you will be like me, because I'm also the same. I'm very skeptical, but Chiefs has been very quiet on this one. Even the media has been like, they've been looking for the player, right? To think like, who is this other player that apparently Chiefs is interested in? And there's rumors, which I did mention the last time, that the other player that Chiefs is looking at is Sereno. But the issue is, how will we get Sereno from Sundowns? Because Sundowns will want money. But because Sereno has a South African ID now, that means that if he Chiefs sign him, he won't affect the foreign spot. He will come automatically as a South African player. So what does that mean for what do I think of that? For me, this is what I think of that. Sereno is South American. We already have two other new South Americans. So when Sereno comes into the team, he's going to basically help the two other new South Americans adjust to living in South Africa. Number one. Number two, we don't. The number 10 role is the one that is showing very like it has a bomb. When I say that, we've played Mtanzania there and we've played Matlow there, and both of them, they've been okay, but they have not been exceptional. So having Sereno there might actually be a good deal. So I think it won't. It's not great. He's old. Yes, we know he's 32 now. So it's like, yeah, all of us would have preferred to have Mendieta. But if we do get Sereno and give him like a 2-year deal till he's like 34 or something like that, then you know what? It's better than nothing. No, it's better than nothing. So I wouldn't hate the deal, but I would understand if a lot of fans are against it because Sereno is old and stuff like that. But Sereno is still quality. So imagine our number 10. Imagine we have Sereno as the number 10. We have Modi on the left, or even Keegan Dolly on the right. We have Dupree Saile, and in strike force we have Gonzalez and Ranga. That already looks good, because then there's so many options to play with. There's still Potsani, there's Mtanzani, there's Mtushabalala, there's Matlo, etc. That already shows that the team would be strong. So I don't know if the deal will happen, but yeah. To the Mthethwa deal, Chiefs apparently paid around 10 million to get to Mthethwa, which is a lot of money, but you know what? Mthethwa is turning 29 this year. So Mthethwa is at a good age. He's in his prime of his form, and Chiefs signed him to a 3-year deal. Generally, when a player reaches 32, then they start declining a bit. So we will have Mthethwa in his good years. So it's still good for Kaizer Chiefs. And defensive midfielder, we've had a problem in that position for a while. What is the problem with that? With Mthethwa, not a problem, but what happened? What does having signed Mthethwa mean? Having signed Mthethwa will unfortunately, which actually, thank you to one of the one of the guys on the channel. I forgot your name, sorry, but you, the one who mentioned, you know yourself, you mentioned that Mthethwa is cup tied, and it actually is true. Mthethwa cannot play in MTN 8 because he was playing for Stellenbosch in the same competition. So I didn't know that this thing is also used in the PSL, this thing of being cup tied. I knew it happens in Africa because I remember there was a time when Clement Erasmus was cup tied, I think, for Pirates. But I didn't know it happened in the PSL. But yeah, apparently, Mthethwa, because he already started playing in the MTN 8 with Stellenbosch, he cannot play in the game. He cannot play for Kaizer Chiefs. So Mthethwa will not be in the game against Sundowns, which is unfortunate, but you know what? It makes sense. Fun fact, and this information that I'm getting a lot of the times is from Unplayable and Mazola, the analyst who's I think is under SAPC now. So Mazola also brought up an interesting thing that Chiefs over the past 2 seasons has paid Stellenbosch 23 million rand to get Quinica, to get Ashley Dupree, and to get now Ox Umtet. So the Dupree deal was somewhere around 8 million. Quinica was somewhere around 6 million. Mthethwa is somewhere around 10 million. Somewhere. That's why I'm saying plus minus. I don't know the exact figures. But yeah, it's somewhere there. So it's interesting, guys. Interesting how things have been moving. And Chiefs has a good relationship with Stellenbosch. And long may it continue because we're still coming to get Titus Stellenbosch and we're still thinking of Van Veek. Yeah, so keep producing those players. You can be you can be the super sport to our Sundowns, because Sundowns has that same role with super sport. So we also want that same role with Stellenbosch and TS Galaxy. We will come and get those good players from you. Yeah. But anyway, that's what I had to say about that. The other thing is fans attacking Molefe. Guys, I don't agree. I won't agree with fans attacking Molefe. But one thing I will say is this: when the fans attacked Miliventic, I was not surprised. I knew it was going to happen. Like, it was only a matter of time. Why do I say this? Because Molefe has been playing nonsense. He has been playing nonsense since pre-season. And then he only started playing good football now in the past 2 games. And he did it wrong. Why do I say he do it wrong? I'm like, in the first game, even from pre-season, you need to focus on playing well, showing. And that is the point where fans are willing to be okay as long as they see that you're playing well, you're doing the right things. So fans are willing to give you time. But now what happened is that Molefe did it the opposite way. He started off by playing ugly, and now he wants to play well, but then now in playing well, it's not getting results. And when that happens, it's like the opposite. So fans were first angry that he's not playing well, we're not playing well, and then we'll win one or two. And then now he wants to come play beautiful football, but now we want to win now. Like we're at that point where we want to win. So that's why I'm like, wrong. He did it wrong. What you're meant to do as a coach is emphasize playing well from the beginning, because in the beginning, fans will put less pressure on you. As long as they see your team is creating chances, is dominating the game, etc., they will believe that something will happen. And then you'll start winning 1, 2, 3, playing well. But now what's happening is that Chiefs is deciding to play well now. But when they start trying to play well now, they are figuring it out. They haven't figured it out. They haven't figured this thing of playing nice and controlling the ball and using letting the players play to the best of their abilities. They haven't figured it out. Meaning that in order for Chiefs to do well in this playing well thing, they're gonna need about 5 games. 5 games for it to start showing results. But it's going to be difficult now with Sundowns, because already now the fans are going to be like, there's no 5 games. Then what's going to happen? Sundowns is going to come. If we lose against Sundowns, then it's going to be a problem. And also what happens is that if Sundowns comes, chances are Molifenzeki won't want to play well. He's gonna want to play to win. So his soccer won't be beautiful and everything will be there to win. And then when they lose playing ugly, it's a problem. So Molifenzeki is just gonna have problems. But the good thing is that now at least he's starting to have the players. But yeah, the striking department has not been fixed, and this is why I always say they have to get a striker coach. I know I said that yesterday, but I'm saying it today. And then Sundowns game. I just want to say one thing about the Sundowns game. About the Sundowns game, Toby Mvala and Mudau got yellow cards against Pirates, so they won't be playing against Chiefs. What does that mean? It means there's a chance for us to play. There's a lot of players who are injured, but there's also a lot of players who have come back. I think Maseko has recovered, I'm not sure. So it's going to be a tough game for Chiefs, but at least the players we struggle to like to finish on the day are the players who are off. But that means that Sundowns is going to probably play Morena and Kekan, which they are good. Morena is good and Morena is still fast. But yeah, Chiefs has to figure out what to do. And what I'm saying is this: I still feel like I liked how Gonzalez played yesterday. I like how he held up the ball, etc., etc. But the difference is that Sundowns does not mark you one on one, and that's what SuperSport was doing yesterday with Gonzalez. They were marking him one on one. Sundown marks you in groups. So if you think you're gonna hold the ball against two people, it won't happen. So what I'm trying to say is this: we need to fix that number 10 role. That number 10 role is going to be the most important role against Sundowns, because if we don't fix that number 10 role, it will not release the strikers. And for that game, I think it would be best if Molefe Nzeki goes back to his original front three, which is Dupree, Modi, and Potsani for the first half. And then second half, bring Gonzalez like he did for the first game for against Sundowns. Because Gonzalez is building, but yeah, I don't know. And maybe even start Saile if Botani is not there, etc. But we need pace against Sundowns. We need pace because their defenders are not fast. And when we do get the ball, we need a number 10 who knows how to use the ball. And Mtanzane is not there. Matlo has shown good signs, but is he going to give you that killer pass and all of those things? He's shown good signs, but I don't know. But there's no other number 10 besides Mdu, and they don't trust Mdu with the weight of being a number 10, it seems, which is what he did last season, and he carried us. So it's weird. So that's what I have to say about that. Quick player ratings before we go too far. Player ratings: Kune, Itumeleng Kune as the keeper, number 5. Not number 5, player rating of 5. Tlanti, 5. Thing Simango, Ditloke, I'll give 6. They were solid, they were a fine game. Quinica 5.5. The reason why I'm giving Quinica 5.5 and not 6 is because Quinica's crossing is very bad. So Quinica 5.5. Matt played well yesterday. Similar to the game before, he didn't lose too many balls like other games. So Matt, I give a 6.5. Castillo, we saw him in bits and pieces, but not like he wasn't effective. I feel like Castillo has not gone to a place where he's dominating the game from the middle. It's more that he does runs into the box. So because he does runs into the box, he gets chances to score, but he's not controlling the middle. And you can tell Guti something is off there. He's not creating, he's not controlling the middle, etc. It's funny I say this because it's like Matt is doing so much more than Castillo. Castillo is just running into the box. But like, yeah, it's like you just want him to do more. So Castillo, 6. Then the next player is who? It was Pulemodi. Pulemodi, I'll give 6. He had good runs. I think he was the biggest threat to Super Sport at some point. But yeah, I don't. But no, did Pulemodi start the game? I'm trying to remember now. But let me go to Saile. Saile, I give a, what can I give? Yeah, Saile actually started the game before Pule mode. Saile, I give a, I give a 6 also. He had good runs here and there, but they never finished their moves. Whenever we got to the 18 box, the moves never finished. So 6 for the moves and the work rate, but maybe even 5.5, 5.5 or 6. Gonzalez, I give a 6.5. Good moves, good runs, good entries into the box, but that last pass was just, yeah. But I give him a 6.5 because he actually did well with his passing, which is something I liked. And running off the ball, he actually has a bit of pace, so when he gets the ball, he makes his running more direct, which is good. Dupree, a 6. Dupree, a 6. Dupree did well, actually 6.5. Dupree did well. So there's just that same story as Saile and them. The subs, Modi. Modi, I'll give, what can I give Modi? Modi, I'll give a 5.5. I didn't really see too much of him. He didn't really do too much. So maybe 5 or 5.5. Ranga, he had one shot, but he only had 10 minutes, so I won't give him a rating. And I know there are other subs, but yeah, the game was just, it was just pop. But let's leave it at that. And another thing I wanted to add before I finish the video is Jessica, Jessica Mutau. Jessica Mutau duped the whole of South Africa. You know why I say that? Chiefs have some of the best jersey sales in the country right now. And why is that? Let me tell you why it is. Jessica Mutawang realized that the Springboks will be playing in the World Cup, and the Springboks are a well-supported team. So what she did is that she devised a plan to make Chiefs jersey look like the Springboks jersey, so that a Chiefs fan who supports the Springboks can just buy a Chiefs jersey and still have the same colors to support the Springboks. So what does that mean? That means that right now there are people who are supporting the box and wearing the green, but it's actually a Chiefs jersey. And that is where Jessica was smart. So even white people have gone out to buy, and I say white people because the market for Chiefs is generally the black people, but white Springbok supporters have gone and bought a Kaizer Chiefs jersey because it reminds them of the Springboks. It reminds them of the winners. So they know when they go to the office, they can just rock up in their Chiefs jersey. And people will be like, oh, you have the Chiefs Springbok jersey. And you see, so Jessica Montawe, I clap, I salute you. You are a mastermind of note. You are a genius. You are a genius. You know what? Jessica Mutaung deserves to be our president of Mzansi. Jessica can market South Africa, I don't know, to an alien who does not even know anything about the world. So yeah, well done to Jessica on that. It's good, shows good leadership and management, and also not forgetting, well done to Kaizer Jr. on getting Mthethwa. We have to praise you when you do well. So well done to management when they do well. Well done to Bobby for facing the fans. Well done to Bobby for facing the fans. When you take accountability, we will respect that. So well done to Bobby Motaung for facing the fans and listening to the fans, even though at that point you couldn't really say much. But a lot of the times we say the Chiefs management hiding behind their cell phones. But now Bobby went and stood by the fans. Kaizer Taung Jr. brought the fans, the players they wanted. This season has been much better in terms of signing. And Jessica is just top class. So Jessica is top class. So for once, we will praise the management. Subscribe, everyone. Subscribe to the channel.